Hello, everyday leaders. Here we are. It is Monday night, April the 13th. Normally, would we be talking about taxes, but since the COVID-19, we don't have to worry about that this year. So we are doing things intentional here with Personal Growth Live this week. And one of the things that I'm excited about tonight is following up from the Everyday Leaders 50 and 50 Leadership Summit. You guys have heard me. You've heard about the speakers. You've connected to this guy, this great guy. And I wanted to tell you what he's doing because he didn't just say, I'm going to come speak at the event. He didn't just say, I'm going to publish a second book. He is moving it. He is, what do we say? Go get it.
Yeah, trying to go get it, baby.
Chip Baker is here because he is getting it. He is getting it done, especially in this time of quarantine. I'm so excited to figure out how we can all get on your train and get motivated because this is wonderful, Chip. I love celebrating you.
Well, thank you so much. I always appreciate the opportunity to link up with you and, just talk life and success with you. I think, the same sentiments to your way. I love everything you're doing and how you do what you do and how you're giving and helping others be better. And so, I'm rooting for you. I support you. And anytime that we can connect and, try to add value to our world, you got me.
It's so much fun. It is so
Yes.
much fun. For those of you that came to the summit this year in Indianapolis, Chip did a presentation, and he did not know when he did his presentation. It was about serving, having a servant's heart and servant values and your attitude. And part of the presentation was about Chick-fil-A and your experience. And so I would love for you to share that story, that little scenario about what you did and then what you experienced and then what you learned from it for people that didn't get to see that live.
Sure. So, first off, I was watching that a few days ago, just, looking it over, and it made me laugh because, I didn't know they were going to be there. I didn't know Chick-fil-A sponsors were going to be there. And, when you introduced them, I was sitting in the audience and I'm thinking to myself, they're probably going to think I did this because they're here. but no, it was really, an actual something that happened in my life. And so really, in our life, what I talked about was, living a transformational life versus a transactional life. So transactional versus transformational. I gave two scenarios in my life. And the first one was, I'd gone in the grocery store, the small store, and to get a pack of gum, and the guy at the register, really didn't speak, didn't make eye contact. I got the gum, had it, he scanned it, paid for it, they really didn't say much, and it was just a plain transaction, just a base plain transaction. And so a couple of days after that, I go to my favorite restaurant of all time. That's what I said at the summit. Yeah, that's what I told him. This is my favorite restaurant of all times, right? I go to my favorite restaurant of all times, Chick-fil-A, and really it is, one of my top places to, that I frequent. But I was in it's just a different experience, So we have, the line outside, you go through the drive-through, and the first person I see, they're just, so happy to see me. They don't even know me. And I place my order, and I say thank you, and of course, they say my pleasure. Then I go to the next, spot there, and the person, double checks the order, and they're just so happy to see me, and it makes me feel good, man, these people are so pleasant. And they're changing my attitude and my mindset and the way I feel about myself, besides the fact that I'm going to get amazing food as well. But, and I say, thank you to that person, and they say, my pleasure, go to the next spot, which is a check, and just, double check everything, same thing. Then the last spot, I'm going up to the window and I see the guy with the bag, about to, hand them my food, and how are you today? It was just a pleasant experience, and so again, I say thank you. They say it's my pleasure. But the deal I want everyone to see is that that was a transformational interaction. When I left that place, I was a better person. I was ready to go conquer and challenge the world in a positive way. And so, just by that transformational interaction with those people at Chick-fil-A, now I can go out and change the world and be better. And so that was a scenario that I shared at the summit about transactional and transformation.
And it was wonderful because you didn't have any idea that they were gonna be in the audience.
No, no,
They
no.
brought their team. They brought their team to participate. And so and so as you bring out this story, there was a lot of giggling.
Hey, it first started. It first started with giggling with me, right?
It was so great. It was so great.
Yeah,
But it is everybody can close their eyes right now that is listening to this, and they can say, "Oh my gosh, I have experienced that."
yes,
We could have it happen while we're in quarantine, right? We're going to the
yeah,
grocery store,
yeah,
and are people really stepping up to make us feel good? These workers at hospitals, right? You've had to go to the dentist. Everybody still is serving the public if they have to serve the public in some way, and
yeah.
it's how we show up.
That's it. So I so agree with that. Just thinking about the situation and the workers that are out doing their thing, and, putting their life on the line. I'm so appreciative of that personally. And like you said, yeah, I've had some dentist emergency stuff that I've had to do, like even today. And, I don't know. I'll probably tell those people thank you so much. They're probably tired of hearing it. Like, man, hey, man, it's okay. You don't have to tell me that anymore. I know, no, really, thank you, thank you for getting me in. But but yeah, I'm just so appreciative of the fact that those people are doing those things, and just the fact that they are making the sacrifices because they all have families too.
Mhm.
But they are doing what they have to do to take care of the people in the world, but then also, it allows them to make a living to take care of their family. So commend them for that.
It's so hard, and we just have to remember, right? We have needs, and we go out of our house now and say, "Well, there's 2 or 3 things that we have to go do, and then we have to go home for a week."
Yeah,
And it feels so weird, and
it does.
it is just, really odd not to be with family and friends on Easter, and we've just come off of that, right? For people that are watching this later, we are just, 4 weeks into this COVID-19 and quarantine, and we're understanding you're in Texas and I'm in Indiana, and so we're understanding that it's coming across the country from the East Coast. And so by the time it gets over to us, right, we're gonna have to probably be in quarantine a little bit longer, but we're gonna be more protected because we've known about what's coming, right? We've been able to prepare. And so many people say, "Well, what are you doing with that time? What are you doing with the time that you have?" Instead of saying, "Well, I wish I had time to do that." You don't realize how busy I am. You don't realize what I have to do now that I'm home, and I have kids at home, and I've got, to run a business, and I've gotta figure out, what bedroom I'm gonna move things across and put a desk in,
Yeah.
and hook up a computer, and all those things that have changed in people's lives. But now we're about 4 weeks into this. So, you know what they say, 3 weeks of anything creates consistency, right?
There you go.
Creates your new vision for what you should be doing.
I love it. I love it.
It's so true, right?
Yep.
So you think, "Okay, so now you've had an extra week. So if you still haven't started something or you haven't started your routine, you can still do it." And you don't have
Oh,
you don't have to go save the world, but, I think a lot of people are still anxious about this because they're learning online, they're teaching their kids online, they're working differently, and so they're all being affected. Every one of us is having to do things in our life differently. And I wanna hear what you're doing, Chip, because We connect, we do voice memos, which I absolutely love. If people are just texting, if you guys are not using the voice memo feature on your Messenger and on Facebook, do that. It is so
Yeah.
much fun. It makes a big difference about how you show up in somebody else's life, right?
Oh, without a doubt, it allows you to have that connection. I think the beauty of the times is, yes, it's an unexpected um, adversity or struggle, if you will, but from those things come beauty, creativity. There's lots of things that, if your perspective is the right way, right? If you have the wrong perspective about it, well, yeah, nothing great will come out of it. But if you have the right perspective to look at it as an opportunity to, like you said, improve, get better at the things that I want to get better at. You always say, well, man, I don't have time to do that. Well, guess what? You have time now, so, so we have to just make sure we take advantage of the time so that when we get out of this time period, we can hit the ground running. And basically, that's what I've been doing. I've been, I'm a maximizer as well already. I always like to take advantage of the opportunities and times that I have to help, to work hard to be the best version of myself. But really, I've really kind of really kicked it in another notch with this because I know I have an awesome amount of time. And so, I've, created some products. I've been, I'm doing some one-on-one talks with some people as far as helping them, as far as learning from some people, reading, working on being better, physically, working out. So, lots of different things quality time, with the family. So really just honing in on the things that are most important in my life and just working hard to be better at those.
Mhm. And I wanna share, if I can. Oh, I don't know that I can. I just took that off of there. Um, I
Who's that guy? Who is that?
This is somewhere that everybody needs to go and be hooked up to, your Facebook page, the Success Chronicles, because you are building this with all the things that you're doing, Chip, as a speaker, as a trainer. You're a teacher. For those that
Okay.
don't know you, that have never seen you before, you are an educator and a coach. And now you've stepped into being a teacher, a trainer, a coach, a speaker. You're a two-time author.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's amazing because the other things that you've created, which I hope I can open up here. I'm gonna try to open it up again.
Okay.
The thing that you sent me, I am going to click on it and we're gonna go back to it and I'm gonna see if I can, you go ahead and keep talking and I'm gonna get it up here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries. Do your thing. Yeah, it's been neat to the journey. I started the Success Chronicles a little over 3 years ago, and I've been blessed and fortunate. Like you said, I am an educator. I'm a fourth generation educator, and I've been blessed and fortunate to be raised by some amazing people as well as being around some great folks to learn from in my career. My family is church folk and educators, and so they taught me some amazing things as well as me being able to be around some folks. So I started the Success Chronicles a little over 3 years ago to show appreciation and give back to those people. And basically, what I do is I interview people from all walks of life and just share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. And that's where we connected. And it's been awesome how I was just striving to um, show appreciation, and it's amazing how the big man has truly blessed me. I don't know, 10, 20 times more than what I've given into it, and I've given a lot to try to show that appreciation. But it's been a neat journey for sure.
It has been amazing
Yeah.
because it's always we talk about the 6 degrees of separation, and I love to readdress that because I think now, today, more than ever, it's about 2 degrees of separation
Hmm.
because you and I have connected each other to so many, I wanna say thousands of people, it feels like, but it hasn't been that long,
Right.
and it has expanded our capacity for our life
Big time.
in tremendous ways.
Yeah, big time.
And it was just because we both said, we showed up and we said, "Oh my gosh, are you my sister? Are you my brother? Like, I feel like I am just a part of your soul."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is so cool because we showed up to learn, to grow, to expand, to help, to serve, and that just it's monumental in your life.
Big time. Like, I don't know. That's one thing that I can truly say. The relationships are key. Quality relationships are key in our life, and I share this quote all the time. Our life moves at the speed of our relationship. If one of my former pastors, Pastor Danny Green, said that. It's so true. Um, I've been really blessed to have some amazing relationships in my life. People that I can learn from, people that are like-minded, like-hearted, like you and I. People that are just looking to give service and understand that we are blessed to be a blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna what you just said here. I just want to put this across the top because um so many people say this again. Say this again, Chip.
Our life moves at the speed of our relationships.
If you don't take anything else away, if you've got your journal out, this is critical right now because we're able right now to connect to people that we've never had the opportunity to.
Hmm.
If you're on platforms, if you're on Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok, right? You're just seeing things and you say, "Oh, I love that person."
Yeah.
Now is the time to reach out to them because everybody wants to feel that sense of connection. And you will gain so much momentum for whenever this all goes back to normal, you'll think, when I go and show up in my environment that I was used to, you're gonna start putting those people into your new life
Hmm.
and saying, "How can I bring them in to speak? How can I bring them in to train? How can I learn from them? How can I keep up on what they're doing?" And that's the great thing about that statement is that is so profound and impactful. But if everybody thought about,
Yeah.
moving at the speed of your relationships, and if you're not growing, you're stuck, and you need to figure out something creative so that you can kinda try something different, right? And with your time, Chip, I put this on here a minute ago when you were talking, but I want you to tell people, so you've got your first book, which is Growing Through Your Go Through.
Yeah. The first book is Growing Through Your Go Through, and I'm in the process of doing a 4-book series with Dr. Oliver T. Reed. And you know, our first one was Growing Through Your Go Through, and then our second one that we dropped is Effective Conversation to Ignite Relationships. We talked about relationships. So, with the second book, we've been doing a book tour. We did a Texas tour. We did a stop in Indy during the weekend of your leadership summit. And we have plans to do more stops, once we get back to being able to move around. Uh, and then I was highlighted. The third book is the third book. I was blessed to be a part of Suited for Success
Mm.
of visionary PK Kersey, and it's a book of 25 men that's telling their stories of success. And so I'm thankful to be in that. But I have, you know, been using this time. It's crazy. Like before the quarantine hit, I was working on a couple things, but like I said, I really kicked it into overdrive, and I got some products and things that I'm about to whip out. But there's one that I'm really excited about, and that's what we were talking about.
I wanna share this, if you can, just kinda take us through it.
Yeah.
It's gonna put us in little forms like it did when I was trying it out here,
Okay.
but I wanna bring it up because I'd love for you to share with us, um, the no, not like that.
I can do the voiceover like the movie. And now,
Exactly, there you go.
and
So I'm gonna take this banner down, but this is the formula chart for life that you've just created,
yes.
and this is coming out, so walk us through how you created this, how this is gonna be available.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So as you pull that up there, it made me smile. It's pretty neat. So growing up, I always struggled with math. I mean, really hard for me. And I got to realizing that formulas were the way to go to help me get through those things. And then a few years back, I was blessed to co-teach a chemistry class for several years. And, I saw that, the more you are able to just place the information into the formulas, the easier it is for you in the life, the smoother you can be. And so I was like, So from that moment, I've just been jotting notes on different formulas, how they apply to our life, right? And so this is my formula chart for life. And there's several formulas in there that, really in our life, if we just apply them, I truly believe that it will help us be successful in all areas of our life. And so the beauty of it is you can pick which formula you need, based on the problems you have. And so really excited about that. Going to be dropping that within a week or so. But I wanted to, you're the first, you get first dibs on knowing it. Like nobody really knows about it. And so I wanted to make sure I share with you and your audience and hopefully you guys. And it's on my online store already. And I think she'll have the link put in the bam.
There you go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to connect that link into the comments because I did not do that before I posted this.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for this link, you can go follow this post. It'll be either in the comments or on YouTube. You can click on this, but really follow this. This is amazing stuff. We're talking about momentum, but as you've created this, Chip, and then you think you've had this time, I'm going to put you back on the screen here. As you've had this time to really think into, what's next. And, doesn't it, and I want you to speak about this because it begins to become really clear, right? Like what is the next thing that you should be serving and you should be offering?
Yeah, you're right on that. And I'll share this with you too. Your event, and then we had a tour that Friday. And then before that, like the week before that, I had 2 other speaking events. So in a matter of like 2 weeks, I had 4 really key. Well, let me take that back. I was blessed to have 4 really key events to where I had to speak, and they were difference maker events, right? Like a Black History program at an elementary school, like the book tour, like the leadership summit. Those are like impactful events. And so, I really, reflected and looked deep within to, to really focus in and say, how can I give value? How can I add value? And it really, that process really helped me with clarity, helped me with some clarity of, I've always been a focused, noise cancellation, really maximize kind of guy, but it really helped me with the clarity of, who I am and why I do what I do, right? And so from that, like you said, it helped me get clear, and it really helped me with the push of this formula chart because there's lots of things, and there was a couple of things at your event that I shared from the formula chart that I shared because, this is my life. Like I'm sharing things like operating systems that I like I'm not just saying, hey guys, here's a book, formula chart for life. No, like these are things that I do have practiced in my life. These are based on real life experiences. You can pick any formula in there and say, hey Chip, tell me about this. And I have a story to tell you with every formula that's in there because it's something that I've learned. And so I don't know, it's a good time for me right now. I'm truly blessed. That's all I can say. It's been awesome. And as we talk, man, I can share, some of the formulas if you like, and we can talk about some of them if you want.
I would love it. I would love it.
Okay. Well, let me start with this. Well, there's one that I shared, and I gave the balanced pie at the leadership summit, and I showed that one, and it was just a pie chart of the things that I focus in on to help me have balance or wholeness in my life.
Mhm.
and I broke down the areas, talked about the SHG principle. Show up, have a great attitude, give your all, hit some of that. Um, the first formula is, there's sections. It's broken down: general success, laws, constants, greater than, equals. It's broken down with sections of formulas. And the first, in the general success equals maximum effort time consistency times positive attitude. So, you think about success, and that definition can be different for for different people, and it can be different for the same person in different times in your life, right? So, whatever your definition of success is, in order to get to that level, you have to have maximum effort. You have to give your all to whatever it is you're doing. You have to have consistency. Consistency is, be on point for a long period of time. And then whatever comes your way, you have to have a positive attitude about it so that you continue to grow. So that's one of the formulas there. I don't know. I think
I can't type fast
constant.
enough.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said I'm typing. I can't type fast enough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
You're trying to,
that's right.
bam.
There you go.
Maximum effort times, and I'll give it so success equals maximum effort times consistency times positive attitude.
All right, add consistency in there. That's a big one for all of us.
Yeah.
I couldn't type it fast enough, and I was hitting the enter button, but really, this is so true. These are simple things, right? Effort towards anything plus consistency and the attitude to go with it. You can champion and be anything.
Yes. Whatever it is you choose to be, I mean, like, there's no limit. Like, if you choose, if you think that you can, well, guess what? You can.
Guess what? You can. You can. Boom.
Boom.
And if you were at the conference or Chip or you follow Chip, his tagline is "Go get it."
Go get it, baby.
Because everything that you think about is, does somebody give you the permission to go do something? And so it's 3 words. It's really short, and you think about it all the time. And so, it's simple to do,
Yeah.
but yet you have to have a strategy around it. And so many people, I think, encouraging, right, is during this time, don't feel like you have to change everything. Don't feel like you have to invent, like Albert Einstein, right? You don't have to sit back and invent something crazy.
No.
Just the little things to be consistent in your life with that you can gain momentum for.
Yeah, just the little things, detail on the little things add up to be a great big thing. You just take one step at a time each day, and don't be overwhelmed, by all of that the weight of the world. Just don't be overwhelmed with that. Just take one step at a time and be the best version of you. Be great today.
Be great today. That's right. I got to put my tagline up there because that was the conference. It's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Everyday leaders do change the world.
And without a doubt. And everyone that you had there at the conference, and they're doing amazing things to change the world. It was such a great environment to be around amazing people and learn from them. Just like I said at the beginning, how you're connecting people and the way you do what you do is amazing. And it's evident by the people that were present. Like, people don't just show up for anything, and people showed up because of the substance that you provide. That's good stuff.
It was fun. It's from the heart.
Yeah.
It's from the heart. And I think people that that are really connected to it, that say, I feel it, right? Feel it. You want to be a part of it. At some point you say, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to experience what personal growth is. And so if you haven't ever done that, my message for you today is, if you have not experienced investing in yourself, taking time to say, I am worth it, giving yourself permission to grow, right? It's not just reading a book, a fabulous book that Chip has written, following the success principles and the success chronicles, following that, but it's applying it. We gotta start applying these things and not being afraid to put the right resources around us so that we can grow. We can grow. We gotta grow and we gotta change. And the world is being slowed down right now beyond our control. And so it's time. It's time. It's the message telling everyone, now is your opportunity. Now is your opportunity. So I want you to, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this later, I want you to reach out to Chip. I want you to reach out to me. I want you to get involved in your life. Stop just thinking, I don't have time for that, or you don't understand, or it can't look that way for me. It's easy for you guys. But I think what we do is we show up with the attitude and we show up with the motivation and we really see it as bigger because we see it about others and we want to help others be successful. And we really want to share those stories with Chip doing his Success Chronicles and me with the Everyday Leaders. That's why we are so spiritually connected because we really care about lifting and celebrating others. And it's so important. And if you get it, you want to go get it.
Go get it. And it'll blow you away too. The ability to make the sacrifice to help others. It'll blow you away how great things will happen for you in your life because you're doing the best you can to help others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's your first priority. It's what you think about first every day.
Yeah.
And it does change your whole world.
Big time.
Man. Chip, thank you very much for giving us this time tonight. I know you've got a lot of stuff happening. I can't wait to see the release of things. Please continue to post in the Everyday Leaders group and everywhere that we can celebrate you. This is it's an amazing life, and I can't wait to just continue to watch you. You've just been certified this year with John Gordon as well. So that's a big feather in your cap. That takes a lot to commit to that next level of investment and certification. And so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm excited about I tell people I'm 2 E words. I'm excited and I'm exhausted. Man, I'm excited about the next step, but I'm really tired. But it can't stop. I got to go get it, right?
You got to go get it. You got to go get it. Well, we're going to keep watching you. Keep coming back on. I love to have you on here to share your journey because it's bigger and bigger and bigger every single time. And we're proud of you.
Thank you. Anytime you need me, you got me. I believe in what you're doing.
All right. Thank you very much. And I think we should say, go get it on the count of 3.
Let's do it, baby.
1, 2, 3.
Go get it.
I love you, Chip. Thank you for coming by tonight.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Go change the world, Mr. Everyday Leader. I love you.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Thank you.